Okay, so how long have you been coming?
And welcome into the pregame show, Charles Bishop and Neely. And I tell you what, we have with us tonight one of the individuals who Coach Prime. He named him already as a starter going into this fall season. Dylan Spencer, welcome into the pregame show.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Man, anytime, big dog. On this episode, we're just kind of recapping what's been going on this summer. You guys will be coming back that first week of August to really get going for fall camp, focusing on FAMU for the first game. So just wanted to sit down with you, man, as really big time news. You know, you are one of three people that Coach Prime has designated as a starter for the Tigers. You got
Yes,
Niles Gaddy on the defensive side of the ball. Shedeur Sanders is QB1. And he spoke highly of you on a recent sit down with the pregame show. He said, look, Dylan Spencer is a grown man out there. So how's it been feeling this summer? And how does it feel to get that kind of props from Coach Prime?
I mean, it feels good. It feels great. You know, he's a Hall of Famer in the NFL. I looked up to him ever since I was a little kid, you know, and then hearing that from him, that just makes me go even harder.
You know, Dylan, what is it like in terms of getting ready for this fall season? In terms of just it's time to sort of remove the stars, if you will, and get down to the dirty work of preparing for this fall 21 season.
I mean, I love putting on the pads. You know, everybody do all the talking, this and that. When you put on them pads, it's you and him. So he got to show you how he made all that stars. Ain't going to matter when you get on that field between them lines.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, good stuff. So in June, you know, you guys got about 3 weeks or so of strength and conditioning in. Took a week off, came back in July. Did another round of that with some installs as well, you know, working with your position coaches and also strength and conditioning. And as you just said, when it comes back in August, now it's pad times. What are some of the things you've learned this summer as far as your growth and development in playing Tiger football?
I learned a lot. My O-line coach, he taught me a lot of new techniques I can use on the field. And I learned to grow as a person, you know. As you go through college, you learn to grow as a person, not only in football, but off the field. So I'm glad to be here at Jack State. I'm learning a lot.
No doubt about it. Dylan, I wanted to ask, you know, you transferred in from University of Missouri, come from this great Madison Central high school in terms of the production that they have over there at Madison Central. But how is it going to feel in terms of playing in front of friends and family back here at Jackson State?
It's going to feel great. I played 8.5 hours up in Mizzou. I didn't have really nobody I knew on the stand, so I'm back at home. I'm trying to have all my family in there every Saturday.
Yeah, good stuff. And, you know, our first 3 games are on the road. We open it up just around 40 days from now in Miami versus FAMU. Then we travel to Tennessee State, which is in Memphis. So it's going to be somewhat of a home game for you. I'm sure you have some fans there. But then September 25th weekend, right here in Jackson, Delta State, all your family, you know, the local guy, hometown hero, will get to see you play in person. You get to come out that Tiger's mouth to the Sonic Boom of the South.
Oh, yes, sir. I can't wait. You know, just look up every Saturday to see my mom in the stand. That's what I do it for, so I can't wait for that.
You know, Dylan, for Jackson State fans who aren't familiar with your play, talk about Dylan Spencer, the football player.
Well, Dylan Spencer, you know, no matter what play we run, it could be a pass play or a run play. I'm gonna be aggressive every play, you know. I'm gonna try to finish my opponent every time. That's just how I play the game.
Yeah, Chuck, I'll tell you this, man. I have had the privilege of attending some of these closed practice sessions, representing the pregame show, giving our fans a sneak peek. And, you know, I don't know if Dylan knows, but I keep an eye on him during some of those drills. And, man, he is nonstop motor. He does not take a play off. Even without the pads, he's out there being aggressive and competing. So you can see those things, you know, that Coach Prime has been telling us about when he sees a Dylan Spencer. So I know Tiger Nation is going to be looking forward to seeing it action. Because, Dylan, when you look at that spring season, you know,
yes,
there was some criticism, if you will, on the offensive line play. And the offensive line had a lot of transitions through injuries or guys leaving the program. And now, you know, going into fall 21 season, you almost have 2 or 3 units of offensive lines that can compete. How do you feel, not only being that recognized demand, the big dog on the offensive line, but how also encouraging is it for you as a leader on that line to have so much depth that you see versus compared to what you had in the spring?
I'm excited about this depth that we have. I mean, even in the third team, we have guys, you know, pancaking people. I mean, it's great to see, you know, like if someone were to go down, it's next man up mentality. So we got people 3 deep that can play the game.
You know, Dylan, people talk all the time about how offensive lines need to gel and sort of get that continuity. Do you feel, you know, early on in terms of strength and conditioning that you guys are starting to gel early and will be ready, getting ready to go into fall camp?
Yes, sir. I feel like we have a lot of more, you know, bonding than we had in the spring. Everybody's starting to get along because we know we all have the same goal. That's to win SWAC championship. So we got to come together, and the O-line has to be the heartbeat of the team.
One thing I've noticed, Dylan, in these practices when you guys are doing installs and some walkthroughs is that hurry up and get into the line of scrimmage off the huddle. You know, it is fast paced on this offensive line, and that's where the conditioning is key because one of the first things to go when you get fatigued is the mind and that attention to detail. So what else are you looking forward to growth-wise these next 40 days before we get to that week one as you get to August and put the pads on? What do you see for yourself that you want to clean up and work on, and what do you see for that unit as a whole?
I mean, for me as myself, I want to be able to go through the whole game, you know, as the same way that I started, hard the whole game. Like we do a lot of conditioning at practice. I believe that's going to help the whole team out, especially the O-line. Like you as a team as a whole, you know, like I said, we got a team. Like Coach is big on conditioning right now. I believe that's great for us.
No doubt about it. Well, Dylan, any final words that you want Jackson State fans to know before you guys get ready to go full steam ahead going toward the fall?
I just want everybody to know to come out to Miami September 5th. I promise you don't want to miss it. It's going to be a show.
No doubt about it.
Yes,
well, I tell you what, that was Dylan Spencer here with Neely and Bishop here on the Black College Sports Network. It's the pregame show.